All right, good morning, everyone. Let's see if we have news today. What day is it? The 9th? Thursday? 10:30. Okay, nothing good. All right. Let's look at Nasdaq. We really haven't moved much ever since that crazy move. And honestly, I think it'll be like this for a while, which sucks, but I think we'll be moving sideways for a while. Hopefully not though. Hopefully I'm wrong. All right, on the 4-hour time frame, I don't see too much. I mean, this could have been bro. He just came up here to bark. Leo, what are you doing? Jeez. I was gonna say this could be a 3-hour supply zone. Um, but it just has this huge wick here, which I don't like. But I'll still mark it. I mean, it did make a move down. 3 hour. There's another 3-hour zone down here. It's very tiny though. Okay, this 3-hour supply zone is also a 2-hour supply zone. And is also a 1-hour supply zone. Let's see what else there is. Okay, we have this 90-minute zone here. Which it looks like the market has rejected right here. We'll see if the market taps into it again. On the 45-minute time frame, I know we have a zone. We also have this zone here. I mean, I really don't have to mark it since the 90-minute zone is there, but I'll still mark it out. It still looks like a really good zone. And we have this small 45-minute demand zone, which the market has bounced off from recently. So I do think it'll be a good area to take a trade from if we do get down there. Oh, yeah, it's not even that far away. And then I was also looking at, I think there's a 5-minute demand zone in this area. But I have to look for it. Do you full port on CPI days? Um, no. I I think I've full ported CPI like once or twice. And that was it. I haven't full ported any type of news this year. I don't think I have. I mean, I have been in a trade during 10 a.m. news, and that was fine because I was break even, and I wasn't like risking anything heavy. But yeah, I haven't full ported. If I was to full port, it would probably be with a 1 day pass eval. It wouldn't be with like a funded account or something. The little dogs. I thought they were big dogs. I mean, no. He's the only small one. We only have one small dog. And then we have 4 German Shepherds. And I guess they're big. I guess they're big. Oh, this looks like a 5-minute supply zone right there. Alright, but the zone I was talking about, I think. Yeah, it's this one right here. which I did mark yesterday. Um, yeah, this one. This 5 minute zone, we've bounced off of it a couple times. So maybe we could come down here today again. We'll see what happens today. Not much happened overnight. Yeah, wow. It barely moved overnight. The price action on VWAP was horrible, right? There's clearly no direction. Um, I hate to say it, but I don't think much is gonna happen during New York session. I hope not, though. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. Let me stay positive. We're gonna have a crazy New York session. We're gonna have a crazy New York session. It's gonna be one of the best openings we've ever seen. Hopefully. Okay, let's look at what is this? US 30. Yeah, we have to clean the house like every day because the dog hair is crazy. But when I move out, I only have one German Shepherd and then one Chihuahua. Or two German Shepherds. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe I'll take two. Because the reason we have four German Shepherds is because we started off with a boy. And that was like 4 or 5 years ago. And he was lonely. So then we got a baby girl. And then she was going to get neutered. And then I think it was the day before she was supposed to get neutered. She got pregnant. And then we were like, damn. So then we had the litter. And when we had the litter, all of my brothers got a dog. My uncle got a dog. My cousin got a dog in Florida. My whole family has a German Shepherd. And then we kept one. And then the one that we kept is actually mine's. And technically the mom is mine too, but she might stay here with the dad. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we got a whole family of dogs. And then the Chihuahua was my girlfriend's. And he's actually the leader, believe it or not. Like, he actually be fighting with the dad. Just him too, just him. Okay, US 30, don't see too much. It looks very similar to Nasdaq. It's barely been moving. Especially during the overnight session. And I don't see too many zones. Wow. Okay. That's tough. Well, I think Nasdaq looks way better for sure. Try three cats. Yo, I couldn't do it. I can't do cats. Cats, they scare me because they got like reptilian eyes. And I don't know why. In like a lot of movies, the cats are like aliens or something. What's that movie called? I think it's Guardians of the Galaxy, where the cat is like actually an alien. Something's up with cats. Something's up with them. I mean, I'm also allergic to them too. Like my nose gets runny when I'm near them. But I've also never met like a cool cat either. Like all the cats that I've met, they're all like cats, you know? Like they're not like dogs. They're not playful. They scratch me. But maybe that's just me. Captain Marvel movie, yeah. Chihuahua breath can use to take out armies. That's funny. Bro, you know what my girl be saying? She be saying my breath smells like my Chihuahua's dog. My Chihuahua's dog. What am I saying? My Chihuahua. Bro, and his breath, nah, his breath something else. There's no way my breath smells like that. She just be doing it to mess with me. But yeah, we laugh about it. Damn, I don't see like I did. I don't see nothing on US 30 except this 1 hour supply zone, which is huge. I probably won't trade US 30 today. Just because I don't have any good zones around it at all. Wait until you meet a cool cat, everything will change. I mean, I guess I have met a cool cat, but it's not like I could pet them, right? Because then if I pet them, then it's like my nose gets runny, I start sneezing, and it's like, damn. What's the ratio of the accounts from you took payouts and you blown up? I think, honestly, I think I've blown more accounts than I've gotten payouts from, which sounds horrible, but I think I've gotten more payouts than what I spent on accounts, especially with the 40K payout. I mean, with 140K payout, that's like I'm in profit for whatever I spent on any accounts. And then accounts that I've gotten payouts from, I've usually kept them for a couple payouts. It's not like I get the payout and then I blow it. Doesn't happen all the time. But yeah, I think for sure I've blown more accounts than I've gotten payouts from. But I've made more money than what I've like blown, if that makes sense. That reminds me, I saw this thing on TradeZella that you could connect your prop firm accounts and see if you're actually green with the prop firm. So like it could track how much you've spent on the prop firm, which is cool. Why am I doing this on US 30? I'm not even gonna trade it. I'll definitely be paying more attention to NASDAQ today. Unless US 30 has like an insane opening or something. But usually when we have a crazy move, I feel like it takes a couple days for it to kind of go back to normal. So that's also another reason why I'm not expecting too much today. I spent 8K on evalves and got 9K payout total. I'm break even right now. But I got my first payout last month. Mm, I mean, if you think about it though, it'll only be like so that one payout got you break even. So you just need a second one to be in profit. And also like I feel once you get your first payout, then it should be easier for you to get the second one. Like the hardest one is always the first one. Once you know you can do it, then you can be like more delusional. You can believe in yourself more. Yeah, I think it's good to be delusional in some ways. In some ways, that sounds so bad. It's good to be delusional. You guys know what I mean, though, right? Like you gotta be delusional to believe in yourself, especially with the prop firm. Like you just clicking buttons and making money. Some people wouldn't believe you if you told them. Sometimes I wonder, cause like, bro, I thought when I was gonna make money from trading and stuff, I thought like my family members would like ask me, like, oh, like how you do that, da da da. But like now that I've gotten like pretty big months and stuff, like I don't get any questions. Nobody asks me anything. I barely get congratulations from like, people that I actually talk to. I don't know. It's not like what I expected. Maybe they're also afraid to like, talk about it. But yeah, I don't know. And I also thought that more like people that I talk to would want to learn. Because, like, who wouldn't, right? But no, no, nobody wants to actually learn. And then I've gotten people that say they want to learn, but like they don't actually put in the effort, right? Because they got other stuff going on. Yeah, I someone said they still don't understand. They think it's scamming and will eventually stop. Yeah, I have an experience where someone told me I'm not sure if they meant it or if they were joking because they joke a lot. But yeah, they called me a scammer and stuff, and they said I was scamming. I'm like, what are you talking about? And like, I'm not gonna be the person that's like, oh, you want to see my bank account? Cause like, I don't know, I don't like that. I don't like being like that. The only person that has to believe me is my girlfriend, my parents, and my brothers, and that's it. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, there's literally not much for me to mark. I'm just chilling for market open. Okay. I've been delusional for about 5 months now, and I went from blowing up in one day and now being on my sixth trading day. Just have to hit profit goal now. Nice. Are your brothers wanting to start trading? No. No. Like, that's what I'm saying. I thought, what? She made 80K? Like, what? Let me start doing it. No. No. I don't get that at all. The only people that actually want to learn from me are people online that like I've never met, you know? People that are already into trading. But for me, I feel like if I wasn't into trading and like someone told me that they made I don't know, $10,000 in a month online, then I'd be like, okay, how do you do it? Let me learn, because that's how I was. That's how we're here. Like immediately, I got hooked. What? You're pressing buttons and you made money? First time here, nice. Hopefully, I win the trade today, right? I feel like I haven't won a trade in like 3 weeks, but maybe it's been a couple days. It's been rough. $80K in 2 months is no joke. Yeah, it's not. It's crazy. Hardest thing for me was the doubt of trading was a scam, and Exposed Guru wasn't helping until I see results. Yeah. Say, I used to be scared trading wasn't real, because, like, it sounds so too good to be true. But once I got my first payout, and it was with Apex, and then the money hit the bank account, and I was like, whoa, like, it's actually real. And also, like, if you search up payout videos, there's people with like 0 subscribers posting payout videos, or even on Twitter, right? If you go on Twitter, there's many, many people that you've never heard about posting payouts. Now, if they're showing you trade Zella and stuff, and like no actual, I don't know, broker statements, then it's hard to believe. But with prop firms, I feel like it's kind of harder to fake. Well, no, it's easy to fake, right? You can just post a screenshot of a payout and say it's yours. But if you show the stats, right? If you show, I don't know, you logging in, getting the payout, you can't fake that. Your losing days are part of your training system. The wins will come back soon. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I've had amazing trading results, and people might think like, "Oh my gosh, she's a really good trader," but in reality, like I'm very average. Like honestly, I feel like my winning rate is like 50%, because that's what it feels like. It's just the trades that I take are so consistent. The stop losses, the take profits, that I'm consistent enough to get to the payout. Yeah, every payout that I've gotten, I've taken a loss. Every payout. Do you think you're trading US30 this morning? Close to max drawdown. I trade breakouts. No, I don't think I'm gonna trade YM. And that's just me. I mean, it could get a crazy move. It could have a really good day. But for me, I really don't have any good zones around it. But on Nasdaq, I do, which is why I'm looking at Nasdaq more. On Nasdaq, what I'm really looking for is I'm looking for it to tap this 90-minute supply zone up here at 0.80, or if it goes down, then I'm looking for it to tap 977 and then see what happens. But yeah, this area here, is a no trade zone. I don't want to take a trade around this area. But yeah, so far the market honestly doesn't look good. Like the price action on VWAP looks very, very choppy. So I'd love for that to change once the market opens up. 50% is profitable. Yeah, 50% is profitable with a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. Like that's all you need. That's the way I think about it is like, okay, even if I win 40, I think it's 33 or 40% of the time, but my risk reward is 1 to 2, then I'll still be profitable. And like that kind of helps me not be so upset over the losses. Because at the end of the day, it's just probabilities and numbers. Okay, Nasdaq's moving up. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's choppy. Last time we had a move crazy like this, it did take a couple of days for the market to kind of get back to normal. We got one more minute. Do you think it's possible to keep these prop accounts for long term? In reality, they always get blown out. But long term, I mean, I think long term is like getting a couple payouts or having it for a couple months, which is definitely possible. But in my eyes, I see like if I request one payout from the accounts, that's good enough for me. You know, I wouldn't be too upset if I blow the accounts afterwards. Obviously, that's not the goal. I always try to get at least two payouts from the same accounts. But if I blow it after one payout, then 1,000% fine with it. Cause then from there, I've already like, I don't know, 10x the investment, maybe even more. No, definitely more. Yeah. Okay, that was the opening. Let's see what happens. It did tap this 90-minute supply zone. So far it does look like it's rejecting it. We'll see though. Let me erase this. Yeah, usually I'd short this here. I want to see a retest though, maybe of this white line here, and then back down. It did break past this 5-minute supply zone that we did reject a couple times. And you can see we did bounce off of it just now. That's why I was hesitant to take the short there. Well, if it closes below 59, I do think it'll continue down. Maybe at least to VWAP. But if I take the short, I'd want to see it break past VWAP. Okay, here it is retesting the zone. I'm in a short here. I'm gonna put my stop loss at 71. In order for this trade to play out, it needs to break past VWAP. Okay, there's VWAP. It could definitely bounce from here. So I could have gone break even, but I do want to let it breathe. Yeah, my TP2 is around 96, which is pretty close. Kind of. It was close. It's retesting this area. I definitely wouldn't want to see it get above 65. So I do like the stop loss. All right, that was definitely really close to getting stopped out. Yeah, I'll definitely break even if it breaks the lows. So I feel like if it gets down here again and it doesn't get past VWAP, then we'll for sure just keep going up. And then if I do get stopped out, I'll probably wait to see what happens. Yeah, I got stopped. Uh, Bro, I swear this goes straight down from here. Now I'm hoping it goes up. If I'm wrong, I want to be wrong. Jesus. Yeah, but I don't know. I'd only take long if it gets above 110. How does a 5 minute look? I mean, it looks really slow. We got 4 more minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. So far, the opening range is tiny. So I definitely want to see something actually happen here. Yeah, I'll probably definitely wait for the 15-minute candle. How does US 30 look? Um, mm. I mean, US 30 is at this 1 hour supply zone, but the zone's just big, so I don't think I would take a trade around this area. Yeah, looks like I'll be waiting. I don't know, the 15-minute candle on NASDAQ looks tough. It just looks like it bounced off of VWAP. Which I definitely could have broken even there. Because I was up over 1-to-1. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I don't even know if I should take another trade. Oh my god. I don't know. The only way I'd take another trade, basically, if it breaks the opening range. Because I'd take long if it closes above 110. That's outside the opening range. Or I could short it around this area and see if it goes back inside the range, which I would usually bet for, especially if it opens like this. Alright, this is the last minute of the 15-minute candle. Let's see what happens. Alright, that was a 15-minute candle. Okay, so far it's rejecting this area. Yeah, but I feel like if I short again, I'd want extra confirmation, which would be if it gets below the zone. If it gets below 87, alright, then I'm gonna short this here. I'm gonna put my stop at this. Wait, what? What? Why is it doing that? Once I'm gonna put the stop at 112. I didn't even realize it, but the wicks are different on NQ. Jesus. Oh, this trade is really just betting for a choppy market. So I'm just betting that it'll go back inside the range. Maybe even back down to VWAP. Let's see. Okay, this is TP1. Definitely could break even here. I definitely like this trade because it's the opposite of a breakout, which is usually good when there's low volume. I like where the stop loss is too. It's at the highs. My TP2 is right above VWAP, but honestly, I'd probably try to target like a 1 to 3. But for that to hit, it definitely needs to break VWAP, which earlier it did struggle. Alright, I'll definitely break even here since it touched VWAP. This is a good take profit. It definitely is. I'm gonna be paying attention to how the 5 minute candle closes. I do want to see the 5 minute close below VWAP. So we got about 2 more minutes for the 5 minute to close. This is also a good take profit. It's one of the white lines. I'm going to try to target these demand zone down here, which is at the 90s. Okay, so far it does look like this 5 minute might close out below VWAP, which could be a good sign. What's US 30 doing? Oh yeah, US 30 is, damn. I don't know what US 30 is doing. Yeah, I definitely want to see it get below 16. So far, it's kind of struggling here. Alright, I'm gonna start trailing this tight here. Alright, I got out of that trade. I took profit. I do think it'll come down to 990, but I'm gonna take the win. That was a pretty big win. Let's see what happens. Yeah, if it gets back above VWAP, I mean, it could literally just completely reverse. I definitely want to see how this 15-minute candle closes. But I'm done trading for the day. That was it for me. I took one loss, and then the second win was able to cover the loss plus what I usually TP2 at, which is pretty good. So I'm definitely satisfied with today. Now I just want to see if it would have played out all the way down to 990. Which the only reason I was targeting was just because it's the next area of demand. That's the only reason. The reason I took shorts, if you zoom in on the 1 minute time frame, once we approach this area up here, which we already did reject a couple times. Let me make this bigger. This area of supply up here, we rejected a couple times, right? Before the market opened up, right there. And then right there, market opened up. We tapped into it and then went down. And then that's why I took this short here, because I thought it would continue down to the zone down here, and that was going to be my TP2. But instead, it hit VWAP, and I could have broken even at VWAP, but I didn't. The reason I didn't break even, I don't have one, right? I was just going to let the trade breathe, because I've been sick of break even. But I took a loss. Then I was like, okay. The only way I would take a long is if it closes above 110, which would be the 50% line of this 45-minute supply zone. That never happened. Instead, we tapped into this area. And notice, as we approach this area, these candlesticks are pretty bullish, right? But once we approach this area, the candlesticks start losing volume, which is usually a good sign for reversal. So once I saw that, and then once I saw it, once I saw it break these 1 minute wicks down here, then that's where the entry was. But yeah. And then basically this is the opposite of a breakout trade. So we're just betting for a shit market. We're betting that the market is going to go back inside the range, which usually does happen a lot with low volume. How do I know there's low volume? We measure out the opening range. The opening range is less than 100 points, right? Or less than, 406, which is pretty small opening range. Yesterday, I think the opening range was 600 ticks. Way bigger than today's. So that's just how I know it's low volume, because the opening range is small. It barely moved when the market opened. And so that's the opposite of a breakout, right? If I was to get a breakout, what I would have wanted to see was these green candlesticks continue higher and then end up closing above this area. Then I would have longed it, but that didn't happen. And then I was targeting 990 all the way down here because, like I said, that's the next area of demand. There's really not much stopping it except VWAP, which we already got past. And then I guess the opening range as well. That could also be stopping it because it could just go back inside of the range. So we'll see. Now I'm just trying to see, if I did hold the trade, if it would have hit down here where I'm expecting it to hit. Or if not, then I'm trying to see if it's going to reverse. And then with US 30, I'm glad I didn't trade US 30. I mean, what's going on there? It looks like US 30 hasn't even opened up. The reason I didn't trade US 30, the main reason is just because the only zone I did have, which it's at right now, is this 1 hour supply zone. And if we zoom in on the 1 hour supply zone, there's just too much price action here. right? To be like to take a trade off of here. So I didn't take it. I didn't I didn't bother looking at it. The zone was definitely better over here. But yeah, this pattern here, it happens so much and it's so helpful for reversals because it gives me more confidence. But it's just like when we're aggressively approaching an area like this, these candlesticks are strong. And then once we get to this area, the volume kind of dies off. And then when it reverses, then the volume gets strong. This pattern happens a lot. I'm pretty sure I took a trade the other day. Same exact thing. Same exact pattern. Damn, now it's just chopping up at VWAP. I'm trying to see if it goes down. It's chopping up at VWAP or the opening range, right? Oof. Damn, this 15-minute candle. I mean, it closed out bearish, but it didn't close below VWAP. So, I don't even know if it's actually going to touch down here. We'll see. I hate US 30 price action, so trash. Man, US 30 was so good in the beginning of the year. Like, I actually made a lot of money on US 30 until, like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Now, I haven't seen a good opening on US 30 in a while. Yesterday, I thought I saw a good opening, and then it wasn't. It was just moving sideways. But yeah, US 30, I swear a couple months ago, like, it was clean. Clean price action. Now, though, I don't know. It's been a while since it's had a good day. Damn. Yeah, it doesn't even look like it opened up. I mean, NASDAQ doesn't either. NASDAQ's moving sideways as well. Yeah. Looks like it is kind of bouncing off. It's going back inside of the range. Or it's already back inside of the range. Yeah, tough market. I mean, I know I caught a winning day, but in reality, like, the price action is pretty bad. There's no direction, you know? So hopefully next week is better. Which I think it should be as long as Trump doesn't do anything funny, then I think we should have a decent day. But what I was thinking about was how this ceasefire is only 2 weeks. So what's gonna happen to the markets in 2 weeks? Is it gonna go back down? Is it gonna keep pumping up? Who knows? Cause that's why it went up in the first place. Cause of 2 week ceasefire. Just crazy. Yeah, look at the daily candle. Look at it. Look at the daily candle. Oh my god. I mean, even the 4 hour time frame looks horrible. That's crazy. The markets today are like Jerry Springer. Oh my god. Bro, my girlfriend used to watch him a lot. Jerry Springer, that's the show where the people fight, right? And they'd have like The fight ring bell. They ring the bell when they fight. He threatened a whole civilization. Who knows? Yeah, Trump is crazy. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with US 30. I promise you guys, US 30 is not usually like this. Recently, it has been bad though. I mean, yeah, I've been losing a lot on US 30. But like, I remember when US 30 was good, when US 30 has a direction, like, there will be days where the market opens up and it looks like a meme coin. Like, it will just go straight up in a direction, right? Or straight down. But I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah, but I think the main reason is because it's been moving a lot during Asian session, which it usually doesn't. Usually US 30 would be very flat during Asian session and London, but recently it's been moving more. But that's not so surprising. US 30 is so bad now used to be my best. Yeah. Yeah, like I said in the beginning of the year I made a lot with US 30, but recently I've been losing a lot on US 30 or YM. Okay, Nasdaq's going back down. A 5 minute candle close below the opening range. Let's see if it continues down to 990. That was the original take profit. No. It looks like it's still gonna chop up. Can we see your trade calendar? Let me pull it up. Yeah, I haven't looked at my trade Zella in a while because I've been losing a lot. So I've been like trying to ignore it. Let's see though. Holy, why is it lagging? Okay, there we go. Oh wow, I'm still actually red on the day or on the week. I'm down 1.2k on the week. That's actually tough. Wow. I took a big loss on, of course, on US 30 on Tuesday. Yesterday was break even. Did not want to mess with the markets. And today I took a loss and then a pretty big win, which was good. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It looks like I didn't trade last Friday. Dang. It's only week 2 of the month. It's been I don't know. It feels like I've been struggling. Maybe, okay, yeah, maybe because of this. 3 week losing streak. 3 week losing streak. Oh my god. I don't even remember that. That's tough. And then a pretty big week after that. It says 22k, but in reality, that's what? 29K, 28K in total. And then today, if I win tomorrow, it might be a green week, or who knows, a break even week. And then we'll see what the rest of the month gives us. Now that I think about it, depending on when my flight is on the 30th, I might not trade. So I leave to Texas to house shop. Wow, this is still chopping up. This is the pattern I've seen a lot this week. The market will move and then it'll slow down around VWAP. I'm pretty sure it happened yesterday. Yeah. This is yesterday right here. Market opened up, went down to VWAP, slowed down. What about the day before? Oof. Oh, the day before was good. Oil's dropping. Do you trade inverse fair value gaps? No. I don't know why it makes that made me giggle. I don't know. How are your trades after 10 a.m.? I usually don't trade after 10. What's your strategy? Supply and demand. How close are you to your next payout? I'm not that close. Not that close. Let's see. Let's see. Right now, the balance is at 5,000. What am I saying? The balance is basically 500, right? 50,500. On this account, this is, yeah, this is the original, this is the legacy account. The only reason I still have this account is because I accidentally full ported on it and I made like 1,800 on it. So that gave me a pretty big buffer, which is why I still have it. And the balance on that is 4,200. But I still can't request a payout on it because of the consistency rule. I think I need like, how much money do I need? I need like $6,000. So I need like $2,000. So when I request a payout on these, I'll request on the legacy. Oh, it hit TP. It hit the 990s. Finally. Okay, that's good. It just took a while. And then the balance goal for like the payout is 3,600. So I'm like $3,000 away. But the consistency of all these new accounts is 50%. So I could have a day where I make like 1,500. That's definitely possible. And then that could get me pretty close to the payout. But I've noticed like if I get obsessed with the thought of having like a really big day, it's just not good. It's just not good. I did that to myself a lot last year where like I just get obsessed with the fact of like having like an insane day, like oh my, like I don't know, 30K day, da da da. And then it would just mess with me because then I wouldn't be satisfied with like a TP2. So now I try to focus more on having consistent green days. And then if I have the opportunity to have like a really big day, which for me, that opportunity would be like if I get into a trade and it's like shooting straight to TP, then I bring the TP down and then like start trailing it, something like that. Then I would try to get a pretty big day. But yeah. I don't want to say I'm far away from the payout because like it could change really quickly. You never know, you know? But I would say like if the next 2 weeks are decent, then we could get the payout this month and that would be cool. But yeah, I've been trading this account for a while. I'm pretty sure since the 24th. Yeah, cuz these numbers are I'm pretty sure from the older accounts and then right here started the new ones. So almost a month. Yeah, 4 weeks. And we're basically like I mean, we're finally green, but it took a while. Slow and steady wins the race. Just gotta keep that in mind. 50K accounts. Do you love Kaylani? Yeah. Yeah, we listen to her music a lot. How much of the percentage do you reinvest into new prop firm accounts starting from one account? I'm not sure about percentage wise. I know last year I definitely bought like I tried scaling way too fast. So I spent a lot of like the prop firm payout money in like other prop firms. But then like I wouldn't trade it right. So like I'd blow some accounts. But this year is way different. This year I've gotten big payouts and I've saved most of it. When we think about percentage, I think maybe like less than 10% for sure that was invested into other accounts. Yeah. Or maybe it is 10%. No, it's not. So I made 80K and then basically like 2.6 thousand to 3,000 into these new accounts. I'm not sure what percentage that is, but it's a small chunk. And then I really haven't bought other accounts with other prop firms. It's just been this one. But that was it for me. How much money have you made in payouts? This year 80,000. Last year I'm pretty sure it was like 80,000 as well, which took the whole year. But now this time it only took 2 months, which is crazy, crazy. But yeah, throughout like all the years is over 6 figures. How did you file your taxes? I just went to a company that does taxes, and it was like, bring me your expenses and bring me what you made. That's all I need. And then I brought it to him, and that was it. How many contracts do you use to full port on your eValve on NQ? I was trading this morning. I saw you just called me. I was about to text you. I took one loss and one win. Oh, but for the eval, I recorded myself passing these evals. I'm pretty sure it was like 5 contracts or 4 that it took to pass. No, no, I'd full port the evals. I trade pretty heavy on the evals. I recorded myself last time. Yeah, I did try take profit trader. Honestly, I should probably try them again. Take Profit Trader's like my OG prop firm. How did I learn supply and demand? First I tried learning from Doyle, but before I didn't like the way that he traded because he's like a very slow trader, like how I am now. But before I didn't like it, because I was new and everything. So then I stopped learning from Doyle, and then I learned from. I don't even want to say it, guys, because like I don't even like him anymore. Danny Trades. You guys probably heard of him. Danny Trades. Definitely learned supply and demand from him. Yeah, a lot of my trading's from Danny Trades. Yep. I know, I'm sorry. It could be worse. Yeah, it could. No, I don't have another job. Unless it's like YouTube or social media, if you count that as a job. I went full time trading last year with State from New York before you were just grinding trading. Um no, I was working at a grocery store. I was overnight stalker. That's how I got the money to trade prop firms. Do you make a lot from YouTube? No. Let me give you an idea of how much I make from YouTube. Last month, I made $600 from YouTube. And that's the biggest month I've had from just YouTube. Watch any shows? Yeah, probably too much. Too many shows. Yesterday, no, not yesterday. Like 2 days ago, we just finished watching Kitty. I think that's the name of the show on Netflix. Yeah, I live trade every day. But yeah, I don't make a lot from YouTube. Oh, we just hit 9,000 subscribers. Yeah, if you look at my stats on YouTube, right now I'm only up 474 for the last 28 months. It's like I don't make a crazy amount on YouTube. But I also don't post too many videos. So that's most likely why. If I posted like a long form video every day, then maybe I'd make like $1,000 on the month. Do I trade NQ or MNQ? I trade MNQ, but I chart NQ. They're very similar, but the only difference between them would be like the wicks. The wicks will be different. For example, right here, this is NQ. This is regular NQ here. If we look at this wick here, the red wick is bigger than this green wick, right? Right here is bigger than this green one. But on M and Q, the green wick is bigger than the red one. So it'd be small differences like that between M and Q and NQ. But alright, guys, that was it for me. I'm gonna have to journal this later. I do want to see how the markets play out later. I want to see if it continues to go lower. Which, damn, it looks like it is. Wow. We'll see how low it goes, because there's a lot of room to go down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow. But alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't be on the charts all day. Season 3 of Kitty, ain't it? I thought it was good. I thought it was alright. I just watched it because my girlfriend watches it. No, I'm not trading CPI tomorrow. I don't think I. But if you do, good luck. If you do trade CPI, I hope you trade an eval. If you're not trading a real funded account, and I hope you. I hope it. I know I'm stuttering. I hope it goes well for you. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.